and voiced to us our concern as a result of these missions. We have seen one such mission cancelled because of the dilapidated state of the operating theaters at the Bustamante Hospital, where the AC units were non-functional. This morning, the father of Alexandriana Jones asked me to keep her story alive, where this young girl died after undergoing complex surgery at the Bustamante Hospital. The team was an excellent team. They did all they could do with the limited resources they had, but they had no operating microscope to assist them with such a complex surgery. And when complications developed, Alexandriana had to be put on an ambulance and sent to the Kingston Public Hospital, losing valuable hours to get a CAT scan done to see what was the next course of action that was necessary to save her life. This because there's no CAT scan at the leading children's hospital in the Caribbean, and has been the case for many years, known by those who could have made a difference. We have heard stories about the ENT teams not having adequate equipment, and thus surgeries are being postponed. We have heard stories about mothers, fathers having to sleep in chairs because the overnight facility that was supposed to be built with the Shaggy Foundation funds has not been completed. We hear about the long waiting times of waiting in chairs in the emergency department and of overcrowded clinics. And this is why we have continued our advocacy for improvement in healthcare. We are going to be focusing specifically on one piece of evidence that we have found corroborates what we firmly believe to be a web of corruption within the Ministry of Health. And in this instance, it concerns a neurosurgical drill. Attention was first brought by Senator Lambert Brown in January, where he questioned the expenditure of $31,500,000 on a single neurosurgical drill. The Southeast Regional Health Authority denied that the price was inflated and that this was a reasonable price for a quality drill, the first of its kind in Jamaica and possibly the only type in the Caribbean. I reiterated that call for that the justification of that expenditure because all research pointed that this drill should have been procured or could have been procured at a much lower price. Following a meeting with the SARA chairman, I had to call for his resignation based on his stubborn defense of what was a flawed procurement process. I saw the procurement documents. I saw where the process was hijacked, where an internal source determined that a fair price for that drill was 32 million Jamaican dollars. So purchasing it for $31,500,000 was a discount to taxpayers. The minister, returning from his overseas trip, continued a strident defense, putting out several videos that are still available to be viewed online, in some instances ridiculing and mocking me and my accusations. But we do have evidence that this drill is only the tip of the iceberg of corruption within the Ministry of Health. In November last year, just before the drill was purchased by SARA for the Bustamante Hospital for Children for $31,500,000, two drills of the same type, EM200, same manufacturer, same specifications, same model numbers, were brought in by one company, the company that won the bid to supply that $31 million drill. On their customs declaration forms, accompanied by an invoice from the manufacturer, we see that it was not a new drill. They were refurbished drills with a purchase price of $1,600 US. That was the declared value, and they paid $90,000 in customs fees, bringing the grand total, landed the same drill, model number, specifications, landed in Jamaica, cost nowhere close to $31 million, but 250,000 Jamaican dollars. We have the serial numbers for both drills. The question today, we have two questions. The company that brought in these drills won the bid to supply the exact same drills to Sarah. It cost the company $250,000 to have that drill in Jamaica. Is the $31 million drill at the Bustamante Hospital for Children one of these drills that were imported in November last year? Yes or no? If it is a case where the drill that was purchased from the same company just after these two drills were imported is a different drill, what was the justification for paying $31 million for a drill that could have been bought and landed in Jamaica for less than 300,000 Jamaican dollars? Is that a fair price? Understanding that the same company that won the bid could have brought in a drill for 1,000 times less. This is not about politics. This is about the blatant misuse of taxpayer dollars. The question is further compounded. What could have possessed someone to spend $31 million on a drill when they could have bought 100 of those same drills? When they could have bought a CT scan so babies and children would not lose valuable time and increase their chances of complications and dying if they did a CT scan at Bustamante Hospital rather than going to Kingston Public Hospital to have a scan done? Why spend $31 million on a $300,000 drill when you could have purchased several ventilators so less babies would have been dying? $31 million versus fixing and maintaining your operating theaters so life-saving surgeries can go on uninterrupted, so that missions coming to Jamaica to volunteer their services can help those children suffering in pain. Why? And that is where I'm going to leave the questions. Why do it? I'm not going to call for anyone's resignation today. Let the chips fall where they may. There is obvious corruption, blatant mismanagement taking place in the Ministry of Health. I have one more thing to add. The company, and this is further evidence of what looks bad. The company in question is owned by JLP Member of Parliament Donovan Williams, the MP for Central Kingston, a man whose name may be familiar not just as MP, but as a company secretary linked to Estate Bridge, a company in turn linked to Prime Minister Andrew Holness that was under investigation by the Integrity Commission. Is Mr. Williams able to to answer these questions? Is Mr. Williams able to say his hands are clean? If that is the case, then he should present himself. There should be a release answering these questions. And as I said, the chips must fall where they may. But we do know that there is a web of corruption, and it is paid for in the suffering and death of children and babies. If this is not evil, I do not know what is. I don't know who in the government, from the top down, has a moral authority to call out and weed out those who are involved in this blatant theft and rape of an industry, of a system so vital to us as a health sector. We're asking Jamaicans to be outraged. We're asking you not to let this die, because if you do, the blood of innocence will be on all our hands. I have two files, two dossiers, one addressed to the Auditor General, Mrs. Pamela Monroe Ellis, with the findings of our investigation. The other is addressed to Mrs. Justice Reed, retired Justice Carol Lawrence Beswick, the chairman of the Integrity Commission. We're asking for a fulsome investigation into the procurement process of this neurosurgical drill, and that we see a definitive message being sent and justice being served for all those children, babies, and their parents who have suffered because they have lacked equipment and services, while money has been sucked out of the Ministry of Health, out of Bustamante Hospital, out of Sarah, by what I had referred to before as a rapacious form of capitalism enabled by corruption. Thank you. Aluta continua.
Thank you, Dr. Dawes, for that very informative presentation. We are now opening the floor for questions. If you're in the room and you have a question, please state your name, the media house you represent, and proceed with your question. If you're online and you have a question, you can write it, we'll read it for you, or you can indicate by raising your hand. We'll open the mic and you can proceed. Your name, the media house, and your question.
Thank you. Kelisha Williams, Television Jamaica. Dr. Dawes, can you say, since the research, the opposition completed the research, whether or not you've sought any clarity from the government, or is this the first time? And you mentioned initially the two drills. I know you're also seeking clarity as well in terms of whether or not, can you say it is similar to the one that was used, that was purchased for $31 million, or you're also seeking, I want you to be clear on that, or you want clarity?
We're very clear that the two drills were EM200 drills. It's the same type of drill, same manufacturer, same model number. It is the same drill. And if they do not answer the question and say it is a different drill from the two that were imported just before they purchased the $31 million drill, then we have to ask, why buy another drill of the same type? And when this drill came in, how did this drill, dare I say mysterious drill, come into Jamaica if there's no record of it at customs?
Okay, thank you.
There's a question here for you online, Dr. Dawes. This person is asking, Dr. Dawes, is the opposition making much to do about nothing over a simple drill?
If much to do about nothing is one example of a $300,000 item being bought by the Ministry of Health for $31 million, then by that definition, we should never complain about corruption.
There's another question. Dr. Dawes, what proof do you have that Donovan Williams is in fact affiliated with the company in question?
A quick search at the company's office will show that the company in question has 50,000 issued shares, 50,000 unissued. 40,000 of those shares are held by MP Donovan Williams.
Okay, there's another question here. You said the unit was refurbished. Can refurbished units have warranties?
That is another question that needs to be answered, but we need to know if it is the same drill, because if you have a refurbished drill with a $4 million service contract, then that itself warrants further investigation. But we first need Sarah to confirm or deny that the $31 million drill purchased was one of the two imported by the company that won the winning bid and landed those two drills in Jamaica at a cost of $250,000 each.
Dr. Dawes, Andre Stevens, is there any history of the two imported drills being currently used in the public healthcare system?
We're waiting on confirmation whether or not the purchased $31 million drill is in fact one of those two imported refurbished drills.
Okay.
We're not. That is the clarity which we are seeking today. Did they pay $31 million for a $250,000 drill?
Sashana Small, Jamaica Gleaner is asking, can you share the name of the company that brought the drills into the island?
The company's Medical Technologies Limited.
Thank you, Dr. Dawes. That ends our press conference for this morning. Continue to follow the PNP on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok at jamaicapnp.com. Enjoy the rest of your day.
So thank you all for watching ABR family of this press conference via the People's National Party's opposition spokesman on health, Dr. Alfred Dawes. Upon hearing this revelation, what says you all? And I'm about to pin the call in. I'm taking a few calls. I would love to hear what you all have to say. So a company that imported, blessings my brother, you're on live. I'm on the live. Hold on. Yes, you're live.
A long time in a call, you know, from this incident with the nurse lady, I kind of in a state of shock.
My God.
My uncle glimpsed it one time, I don't want to see it anymore. I'm in disbelief. I can't come to grips. If that was my niece, my daughter, my auntie, my mother, boy, I'm telling you, I'm sleepless night over this, man, and I don't know the lady.
My
Because
God.
this not even animal people treat like that.
True.
Not even animal they don't treat like that. And if there was a president set from George Wright, this would never happen. If there was a statement set from when George Wright beat the lady with the stool, this would never happen. So they are all hypocrites coming out now, oh, this and that. They are the same one who take back George Wright. So what's the difference? What's the difference?
My God.
It's a set of hypocrites, man. Jamaica need change. Jamaica need to go back to our glory days. The country is on a loose. It's autopilot running. There's no country. There's no government. There's no government. There's no government.
My
The
God.
prime minister don't come out and condemn it. The prime minister wear blue to support police, but he didn't show up yesterday for the nurses. Boy, unbelievable. I'm saddened, man. I can't watch the video. To be honest, I can't. It's very bad. I never Jamaica would have really come to this. But as what me said, the full brunt of the law.
Upon
This guy
him.
no is Sibak. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This
I
guy must
agree.
pay dearly, dearly, dearly for what he done to the lady, man. The lady in her uniform. All a madman who knows she's a nurse.
Mm-hmm. Mighty God.
All a madman who knows she's a nurse. And you know what the hurt? She spit in the lady face twice. Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, man.
Basically, I
No,
say
man.
you're nothing. You're beneath me.
Yes.
Mm.
And then stepping at the lady's face with the dirty shoes.
Yep.
I don't want to say what I want to say on your program. I can't say it. But I hope
My
God,
God.
I hope God help him.
Definitely so.
Lead him to God. It's unbelievable. That's gonna be
True.
my mother. It could have been my friend, my closest friend.
Mm-hmm.
It's bad. And it's how we reach here as a country, as a nation. Oh man, reach. What kind of heart? Who birthed that young man?
Mm-hmm.
Who birthed him? A hog? What? I can't. He come from a woman.
Sad.
I said I don't watch the video. I can't. I see you play ball part time, but I cannot watch it. Anytime I see you play, I skip it. I cannot watch it.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's hurtful. It's hurtful. But they set up a statement from George, right when George, right, in public, same way, beat the woman with a stool, if there was everything would be changed. But it's society is running like they see what's going on from top, so they can do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. The prime minister running the country worse than him yard. Prime yard now run so. Him yard now run like that. The prime minister running the country worse than him yard, and it's hurtful. We need call the election, young man. Please, we are begging, but we see what we can see about Jamaica.
Yes.
Call the election, sir.
Definitely
There's
so.
no turning back. Call the election, boss. The country needs healing. There's a dark cloud over the country. Demons are walk over the country, man. The country needs healing. The
True.
country needs, the churches need to come together and do some
Divine
march.
intervention and more.
It needs it. Yes. Country needs healing. That's all I have to say.
All right, then, my brother. Big up yourself. Thank you.
Great program. You're
Yeah,
on
man,
point.
thank you.
Respect.
All right,
Manners.
respect. All right. So only hear from our brother there was elaborating on, giving his take on what he thought of what happened to the nurse. But based on what was outlined on this live, we see in the opposition spokesperson on health, Alfred Dawes, Dr. Alfred Dawes, basically dropping some bombshell here, letting us know that there are 2 refurbished drills that were surgical drills that were imported into the country at a cost of $250,000 each. And the company allegedly to be associated with a sitting member of parliament from the Jamaica Labour Party side, who happens to be, some business affiliate with the Prime Minister. And it is said that that drill possibly cost $31.5 million. And we know that a Bustamante Hospital for Children has no CT scan. A little baby had to be transferred to an adult facility in order to get a CT scan. What says you, ABR family and viewers? The number is pinned at the top of the chat. I want to hear from Una based on everything that was outlined here. The number is 954-288-6467. WhatsApp only. I'm taking a few more calls. I would love to hear from you all. What says you all? Peer nepotism. When we say that the corruption rate as it pertains to this administration is high, corruption is rife. Blessed day, my family. You're live on the ABR show. Hold on. You're live. Go ahead.
Yeah, calling out from the UK, yeah?
Okay.
So I was listening to Dr. Dawes and the press conference, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And that person who sent in that I don't even call that a question, but that the person was saying that if Dr. Dawes is making a mountain out of
Nothing. Yeah, that is not a question. That is basically silly. My God.
That's cynical. Listen, that's a typical Labourite question, you know. Fully done.
How can you say he's making a mountain out of nothing? My God.
250,000, yeah, for to refurbish drill. And it was said to be purchased for 31 million. And you're saying that is nothing? My word.
My God.
Word. What a Jamaica.
Dark days.
Jamaica. Listen, man, people should understand themselves. When Andrew Owens and Incronism are keeping on meeting, it should be empty meeting.
My God.
But you know what? But you know what? I was listening to Hot Topic last night with some he was talking about like people who have been imprisoned. And it is Labourites who have been imprisoned from 1950 up until the pending Royal Reid in the Minister of Education to be the next one to be imprisoned. From the Jamaica Labour Party. You know what that is saying? They have nothing to do with education.
Nothing.
Yeah? And the people who they do that, who are achieving in the lack of support for education is Labourites. Because they are lacking of education, they are captured by the Labour Party because they cannot make a decision for themselves.
True. Sad.
So sad. I remember growing up in Jamaica, man. I always hear that the Labourites always have the riffraff. Yeah, and PNP always have the educated, and it continues today. It has not changed. My God.
If not all, most of them who are on the government side have gotten 5 or 10 times richer since they entered politics.
Right?
And the people suffer, the majority. There is no trickle down.
In the 18 years, right? I believe that a lot of them who are in politics now achieve those Labourites, achieve more in this country more than anybody else. And yet they are talking about PNP do nothing in the 18 years when they achieve so much.
My God, you can say that again. So true.
There, listen, listen, man, I live all of those 18 years in Jamaica. I just migrated 4 years ago because I made up my mind that I will never live on a Labour government again in this country, in Jamaica. I run, believe me, I have one of the better jobs in Jamaica as a youth, and I still run. I prefer come to England and suffer more than stay in Jamaica and suffer under Labour government. My God. I mean, I suffer anger because if you have 50 pounds, it can finance you, can fill your fridge, have grocery, have fears left to go where you go. Oh my gosh. 50 pounds, which is 10,000 Jamaican. And me go to Jamaica in a February, and when I give everyone 10,000, it's like me feel away. Me I want if 10,000 can do nothing. Feel away feel. Can't do nothing for true. 5,000. Because when me left Jamaica, you know, a box food for 500, and when me go there, 1,200 for the same box food. You can't stay there. 1,200. True. So it's like when me go to Jamaica, it's hard for me to go to that 1,000 and give a person. I think I embarrass the person. Jesus
My
Christ,
God.
Man. Time come, man.
Time come.
Time come.
Definitely so.
Anyway, I've always been watching your program, and I will continue to give your support to you and Andre Stevens. I believe you people are fighting for a cause, and you people just continue to fight the good fight. And I'll keep on watching and I'll keep on supporting in any way I can, all right?
Definitely. Thank you so much for the support.
All right.
Each and every one. Big up yourself.
Okay, bye.
The man saying prefer suffer in a foreign country than live under a Jamaica Labour Party government. Blessed morning, Macaulay. You're live on the ABR show.
All right, good morning.
Mm-hmm.
Why, to that conference I listened to Dr. Daz, why my heart is saddened. What a disgrace and act of criminality.
For fuck's sake, if I see one more ticket.
Hold on.
Oh, it's only.
Yeah, go ahead.
When these people done with Jamaica, what happened to him? Can you imagine how much drill that thing could have buy? How much other things that them could have done with that amount of money? Yeah, they might not, what, 31.5 million themselves when I instead of government when I drill them for.
31.5. That's what he said.
That is $63 million for two drill will only cost 500,000. What a act of wickedness!
Me say me have to go run back this again for know if I really US or Jamaican dollars. Can you imagine?
A Jamaican dollar is 250,000 Jamaican dollars. Tell them much in the US.
And it's 30 odd million US. Mighty God.
These people are evil. And people cannot talk about them and vote for Labourite and talk about third term loading. On a sick. Nah, man, these guys have to go to prison. Even Dr. Daz tell us the chips are going to fall where they lies.
Yes.
And enough of them are going to prison, you know. A lot of them are going to prison, you know. Just wait, man. Just wait and see what go on in this country.
The people need to stand up and hold them accountable.
Don't feel like the people are going to vote PMP, just vote PMP, just change the government. No one to go prison, no one to make money them with them thief.
Definitely so.
No one to make money with them thief. I want them to go for prison. No man, the country can't continue, so man. This is worse than Haiti. This is the corruption of all corruption.
When on a fertilizer.
Talk about, you know, you can tell us there's a lot more.
People only cannot make any mistake for this general election.
People, if you ever make the mistake and put him at this government, we're telling you something, man. My God. May God have mercy on Jamaica land we love. People, we can't make no mistake, you know. You have to go out and vote. Tell your neighbor, even your friend in a talk. Friend them and we go talk, I go drink a beer. I say, come, time come. We go vote. Go put the X beside the head. No mistake. We now give them money in a third term and the next term. Any term we give them, some prison term we give them, and some prison sentence.
Yes.
No man, I'm sick to my stomach.
That's the reality. My God.
We can't believe. We hear about corruption. No man. And that's my 2 cents, boy. I'm sick to my stomach for so much corruption.
My God. Thank you, Makala. Big up yourself. Corruption left, right, and center. The Jamaican people are tired of this government. Sick and tired of this government. The people calling for a change. The people needs a change right now. What can go so? Maybe our family, the message is clear. I don't know what else the Jamaican people waiting to see from this government. From the whole heap of PR opening, cutting ribbons for unfinished projects. And the list goes on and on. Corruption, nepotism, cronyism, It's too much. Big up yourself, Chelsea Clinton. Big up yourself, Cooking with Elaine. Big up to all moderators. Joan Bailey, Auntie Madge, Shireen Reed. Big up yourself. Big up to Miss Winnie. So, this is it. And there's more to come. So, wanna keep on the eyes on the ears open. Keep on the eyes on the ears on the ground. Be vigilant. When you traverse the streets, we see that the tension out there as it pertains to the whole politics. And we are not calling for any war and strife for this general election, but we know the game of politics that the other side play, them and them supporters. And so all I'm calling for is for the people them to be able to go out and vote free from any form of fear. So when you go out early when the date has been set, when you go out early, cast on a vote, that's on a constitutional right to vote once you're at the age of 18 and older. We cannot make any error for this general election to come. The writings on the wall. And so ABR family, I'm gonna take at least one more call. So anybody else wants to chime in and make me own and say this government breaks our constitution on a regular basis. They don't respect the laws of the land. We're calling for a government who respect the laws of the land. Time come now. When I no fertilizer scandal, they're robbing us blind from our education sector, the health sector. Man a beat with nurses, the nurses on our way to our duty. And it's just too much. It's just too much. Time come. Time come now. Big up yourself, Ingrid. Remember, ABR family and viewers, to please leave a like. About to close off the live now because I have other engagements to attend to. But thanks for the continued support from each and every one. All those who have been supporting the ABR movement from day one. Thanks for those who recently came on board. My new subscribers, big up on yourself. Remember to like and share out the videos. Remember to like and share out the lives so we can continue to grow the platform. On the road to 50k subscribers. Wanna please support the movement. Big up to Lyris. Big up to all moderators, all my members of the ABR membership. Big up yourself, Angela and Yvonne Wallace. You too can be a part of the membership. All you have to do is click the join button on the channel and it's a small fee per month to be a member. Big up to Angela and Yvonne Wallace for being a member of the ABR movement for over a year now. And I just want to tell each and every one, thanks. So while you come out of the live, please to leave a like and share it out. Big up to Major Daft, big up yourself, Marva Dice, Vian Miller, big up yourself. Thanks for the continued support, each and every one. Remember, the orange is ripe, so we are going to juice it. And we're looking forward to having our Mark Jefferson Golding as the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. ABR family, we go out this general election and go and vote. Vote early, we go out in the numbers and vote No time for mixed signal, no time for mixed messages. The message is clear. Time come and time come now. Stay tuned to more videos and more updates. Stay tuned for more lives. Remember, the word is and will always be love. Big up to everybody. Have a blessed day.